Me a big assignment.
Not yet, Oscar. Step at a time.
Oh, here's the front page of the Bulldog edition, Chief.
Okay, let's have a look at it. Yeah. Really grabbed you by the throat, doesn't it? Take a tip, kid. That's what journalism is all about.
Are you sure that's what you want?
And come to think of it, maybe we ought to use red ink.
No. What I meant was, well, maybe our boss wouldn't appreciate having her picture spread all over the front page like that.
Hey, the dame's in a coma. What's it to her?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, she'll get better. Everybody's praying for her.
Well, sure. Best of luck. It's just that, Wally, park your carcass. Oh. See, this starter dame wants to be respectable. It's not her fault. These Eastern highbrow brows are born that way. It's just that we have a different way of doing things around here.
We sure do.
Yeah. We're here to tell a good story. Give people a little advice on their love life and print the odds on the ponies. Hit the readers where they live, see?
If you say so.
Yeah, sure. We started on the shelf, so to speak. Everything's back to normal, and we can get down to some good old-fashioned muckraking.
That's where you're wrong, Mr. Beagle.
Ed, is Maeve pregnant?
I can't answer that.
Can't or won't?
Reva, you have been a patient in this hospital yourself. Now, you know that I'm not allowed to discuss a patient's condition except for the immediate family.
But you know the answer, don't you?
It's a question of medical ethics and hospital policy. Officially speaking, it's none of your business.
Take it, Mr. Sampson.
What is it?
I believe you'll find it very interesting.
It's just an old bottle.
It's not just any bottle. This one's got a surprise inside.
What's that?
You don't recognize your own property?
Hey, check out the design.
That double ring symbol again.
It's that infinity symbol.
Let me see this thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as on the ring with Daryl, right?
It was on the tattoos, the two men who kidnapped me?
Exactly.
Guiding light.
What do you care about hospital policy? Cedars won't even reinstate you.
That doesn't alter the ethics of the situation. Maeve is still my patient.
No, but she's not. Not officially.
I'm a doctor, Reva. I took an oath.
Ed, I was standing next to Maeve when she was shot. I heard her cry out about her baby.
Oh?
It wasn't so long ago that I lost my own baby. I know what she's feeling. I just want to make sure that everything possible is being done for her.
Everything possible is being done for me.
And for her baby.
Reva, I am fighting for my ethics here. Please, don't ask me to jeopardize them any further. Please.
I guess it's only fair. Wait a minute. This is a fetoscope, isn't it? I mean, the only reason a fetoscope would be in this hospital room was if you were monitoring a fetal heartbeat. She is pregnant, isn't she?
Reva, you're not going to get anything else out of me.
How far along is she, Ed? No, don't tell me. You don't have to tell me. 3 months. Is the baby healthy?
Reva.
Is it gonna live?
Reva.
Ed, please, I have to know.
Reva. The baby is fine. Now, assuming that Maeve recovers, there shouldn't be any complications.
What about the father? Has anybody told him?
I have no idea.
Why not?
Because I don't know who the father
Well, I know.
All right, just calm down.
Sister, just what is it? What's this fella done to make you cry like that?
Kurt? I guess he isn't here. That's just great. My wedding day is a disaster. I've been
booked and fingerprinted, and I spent my honeymoon alone behind bars.
I know, sweetheart, I know.
And now my husband abandons me.
I'm sure he hasn't. I think we've got more important things to think about right now.
$100,000 just to bail me out of jail.
Well, your daddy's still in jail. They wouldn't even give him any bail at all.
I can't even think about that right now. How anyone could believe that Daddy and I are behind some kidnapping and a murder, that's beyond me.
Well, for people who don't know you, I'm afraid there is evidence. Guess things are just going to get worse before they get better.
I don't see how things could get any worse than they are right now.
Mindy, there is a possibility that you and Billy could go to prison.
Prison. I want Kurt.
Tears are not going to solve this problem.
You don't understand what I'm going through, Vanessa.
I believe I do.
No, you don't. You don't know what it's like being separated from the person you love.
Don't I?
No, you don't care at all.
Excuse me, what time do you have?
5:30. Scuffing rock. Sorry I'm late, Alex.
Oh, nice of you to arrive, considering you asked to see me.
Ah, I know. Guilty as charged.
Where were you?
I got tied up on business.
Since my company is your business, I can't imagine what takes precedence over a meeting with me.
Actually, the business that kept me had nothing to do with Spaulding Enterprises. We should really talk about that.
All the more reason for being on time.
Would you be happier if I went and stood in the corner?
I'm sorry, Ross. What with Brandon's problems and Beth missing, I'm just always on edge these days.
Oh, that's understandable.
At least you could have called.
No, I would have if I thought of it. I was just too preoccupied.
Ross, if you are bored or distracted, perhaps you should take some time off.
Alexandra, that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about.
I didn't mean now.
I would like to take a leave of absence, effective immediately, if you don't mind.
Ross, it's very inconvenient at the moment. Couldn't you wait a few months?
No, not really. I've taken on this outside project that's going to occupy literally all of my time for a while.
Already? That's rather irresponsible, isn't it?
I just heard about it this morning, and I felt I couldn't refuse.
What, in heaven's name, is more important than running Spaulding Enterprises?
Justice, Alexandra, justice.
Oh, don't talk in riddles. What's this all about?
I was delayed because I was in court, handling Billy and Mindy's arraignment.
Why are you wasting time on them?
I've agreed to defend them. Trial starts next week, so if it's all right with you, I would like to leave them.
Absolutely not.
I beg your pardon?
It's out of the question.
What made you think that this belongs to Mr. Sampson?
His name's on the paper inside the bottle.
What's this? What's this? This is the label from the portrait that I painted of Riva.
You mean at the art auction?
Yeah.
Hey, does this mean that the guy who bought the painting had something to do with infinity, do you think?
I don't see any other explanation for it.
Well, listen, if you pay for it by check, we can trace his bank account.
Hey, that's pretty good. That would work.
Wait a minute, there seems to be something else on here. I can't make it out, though.
Wait, do you mind?
Yeah.
That's Beth's name!
What's Beth's name doing on that thing?
Don't you see what that means? She's alive, man. That proves it.
Yeah, it seems to.
She must have snuck away from the kidnappers for a second and dropped that bottle in the water.
Oh, man, those creeps don't know who they got their hands on.
Well, this does seem to answer part of the puzzle, but...
Yeah, that's great. It gives infinity a face.
Hey, look, it's a little early to start celebrating. We still have to find where Beth is.
Look, where did you find that bottle?
I run a fishing boat out by the shipping lanes. One of my men found it.
Well, if you found it way out there, then we're talking a pretty big ship, right?
Well, yeah, it would have to be big if it's Infinity's headquarters.
Well, what kind of ship do you think we're talking about here?
Hey, sorry, man. There's hundreds of ships in and out of Port Springfield every day.
Okay, look, here. This is a picture of Beth. Now, have you seen her any place in the last 2 weeks, maybe around the waterfront?
Well, she's pretty. Sorry, I can't help you.
Are you sure about that?
Would I forget a girl looks like this?
No, I guess not.
I'll keep an eye peeled, best I can do.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate you coming by.
No problem. I was kind of curious myself.
Look, I appreciate it. You'll You'll get a nice reward for this, thank you.
Well, then, you don't owe me anything, Mr. Sampson.
Well, look, consider it an early Thanksgiving. We're all helping each other here.
Well, in that case, it's been a real pleasure to meet you. So long.
What do you think you're doing? It's a hospital room.
Your old man's here to take care of you now.
Is there anything I can do?
No. There isn't anything anybody can do. And I'm sorry, you were right. You've got enough problems of your own. You just concentrate on getting yourself reinstated.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just have to pull myself together.
Well, you don't look fine.
It's just that this all hits pretty close to home.
Yeah, I can see that it has. Listen, I think it would be a better idea if you just leave.
Yeah, well, I need some time to make myself presentable.
Yeah. You can run along. I'll look after her now.
Yeah, now, wait a minute. Now, who are you?
Hawk Shane. I'm her pop.
Oh, Dr. Ed Bauer. Pleasure to meet you.
Same
All right,
here.
come on, let's step out. Reva, I decided to take your advice. This hospital needs me, and I need the hospital. I think it's about time I took some action to get myself reinstated.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. What's going on, sister?
Pop, it's fate.
What's that? Hey, come on now. Tell your old pop.
It's just all this love I'm feeling for Kyle. It's doomed. I mean, no matter how hard I try, something always comes between us.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. Maeve's no threat to you now. Looks like poor Maeve's no threat to anybody.
Oh, Pop, it's not Maeve. I can handle her. But there's nothing I can do about the baby she's carrying.
Hello, Reed. Goodbye, Reed.
What are you doing, Beagle? Corrupting the journalistic integrity of a minor?
Hey, why don't you just edit yourself out of here and take your Pulitzer Prize opinions with you?
May I?
Sure.
Gee, this is real classy. Where do you get your headlines? From the horror movies?
That story tells it like it is.
Blue bloodshed?
Sums it up kind of nice, doesn't it?
The blood was red, just like anybody else's, Beagle. It's a cheap shot. Instead of going out and digging up facts, you're playing up to the shoddiest kind of sensationalism.
What do you mean, shoddy? That's great sensationalism.
It's so slanted, it's dishonest.
Hey, look, Abe Lincoln, the name of the game is circulation. I know the common man. I know what he wants, and this is a story that he wants to read.
Eris takes a bullet for love?
Maybe we ought to give away free hankies for crying into. Huh? What do you think?
What I think is you ought to give Springfield the kind of paper it deserves.
Hey! That was journal property.
Put this where it belongs, kid, in a wastebasket.
Hit the road, Reed, preferably head first.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'm calling the police.
You go ahead. You want the number?
Never kid a kidder, Reed.
Do me a favor. Round up everything you can find on Spaulding Foundation, the Lewis wedding, the country club killing, and everything we have in the files regarding an organization known as Infinity, okay? Come on. Get to it.
Hey.
We? Yeah.
Hey, you have no right ordering my copy boys around like that.
I got every right. Kid works for me.
The kid works for this newspaper. What's going on here?
Before Maeve started, was shot. She offered me a contract.
Oh, swell. Another wise guy reporter, huh?
As managing editor.
That's my job.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. The dame is nuts.
You know, I wasn't terribly interested before, but now that I've seen how you operate, well, I figure the poor lady deserves a break. Since she's not here to protect her interests, I'm gonna do it for her.
So that's it, huh? All these years I end up in a trash can?
No. You come this far, I figure someplace inside of you there's got to be a good newspaper man lurking. So you're more than welcome. To stay on as city editor.
Oh, yeah? What's the catch?
You do things my way.
It'll never sell.
Well, then it won't be your fault, will it?
Okay. Where do we start?
First thing we do is rewrite the entire front page of tomorrow morning's edition. Now, come on, kid. Where are the files I asked you for, all right? Coming right up. Chief.
We'll continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
Alexandra, why are you taking such a hard line on this?
I am sorry, Ross, but with Beth missing and Brandon always flying off to God knows where, I simply do not have time to find a replacement.
You don't have to. We have several very able, very highly paid vice presidents.
Aren't you listening to me? With everything else in my life falling apart, I need to know that Spaulding Enterprises is safe and sound.
And the Lewises need to know that Mindy and Billy are safe and sound, too.
They aren't your employer.
Alexandra, I've taken a leave to go to court before, and the company has always survived.
That was different. The last time you practiced law, it was in Spaulding's corporate interest that you do so.
Oh, really? Here, I thought I was defending your son in a murder trial.
Need I remind you that Brandon is a major stockholder and a future director of the company?
Yes, that's why he spends so much time around the office.
My point is, our interests lie on the other side of the courtroom this time.
And how do you figure that?
Billy Lewis and his daughter are part of an organization which has threatened Brandon's life and kidnapped his fiancée.
Come on, I don't believe I'm hearing this.
Why not? Defending those two is a clear conflict of interest.
Billy and Mindy are not capable of anything so monstrous.
The Lewises are ruthless people. You should know. You do business with them.
Competitive behavior and criminal activity are two wildly different things.
Not really. The difference is only a matter of degree.
Billy may not be my favorite person, but I'm convinced that he is getting a raw deal here. Now, I've spoken with Vanessa, and she told me the problem.
Oh, I should have known Vanessa was involved. As I recall, you two were quite an item at one time.
That was a long time ago, and absolutely none of your business. I took this job because I want to see justice done.
Oh, please.
Alexandra, this case is just too damn pat, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I thought you'd gotten over playing cops and robbers. Why are you insisting on getting involved in such a sordid courtroom brawl?
I'm getting involved because I want to be involved. I belong in the courtroom, not the boardroom. And it's time that I went back to where I belong.
I'm sorry, Vanessa. I deserved that.
Mindy, look. We have to help each other. This is it's very difficult for both of us.
I know, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. Except for Kurt. This must be the same for you without Daddy, isn't it?
Yeah, every minute of every day.
See, it's just you're so calm and you're so composed that it didn't occur to me that you must be lonely and frightened.
Well, I'm going to be strong for Billy's sake. But underneath, I'm terrified.
Guess I'm pretty terrified myself. You know, I just keep thinking that this is all some bad dream.
Well, it's not. This is much, much too real.
I know, that's why I need Kurt. I don't think I could go through this trial alone.
Sweetheart, you have much more strength than you realize. You are a Lewis. Now, don't you forget that.
Yeah, you're right. And we shouldn't go to pieces over this, right?
No, and you're not alone. We have HB, and we have Henry, and we have Ross, and they're all going to help us.
Right. So I shouldn't waste my time in any self-pity.
Nope. And besides that, I know you took a little bit of that ransom money, but except for that, you and your father are innocent of all those awful charges.
Okay, now how are we gonna prove that?
Well, we're gonna figure out exactly what happened.
And what happened to Daddy, too?
Yes. But first, we're gonna start with your problems.
Right. You're right, I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm a married woman, and I'm gonna start acting like one.
That's the Mindy Louis Corday I wanted to see. Your daddy would be very, very proud of you.
Do you really think this computer can tell us anything?
It will if you ask it the right questions.
All right, well, where do we start?
Right here, I'm getting a list of all the ships that have come into Springfield Harbor in the last 2 months.
Where do you get all that?
In Springfield Port Authority.
You can just give that to anybody?
Well, they will. If you've got as many corporations as I do, there aren't too many access codes that I can't get a hold of. Here it comes now.
Let's see. These are all businesses.
Yeah, I know. That's my department.
Hey, do you think maybe David Preston, he did the paperwork for Infinity? You know, maybe set up a dummy corporation or something?
Yeah, he might have, but I don't see any of his usual tricks here.
Looks like a page of the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah. All right, look, let me try the personal list here right now.
Hey, this name, your name right there. Delilah.
See what else we've got.
No. Just a couple of Ma's New Society friends, but that's it.
Well, actually, it would have been a real gift if we just found Largo's name right down here.
Well, what about the guys in the cruise? I mean, is there some kind of, like, a union list or something?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I could check the employment registers.
See, these are the L's, right?
Yep.
All right.
No Largo.
If we only knew the name of that guy that bought that painting.
Let's stick to one thing, all right, Lou Jack? We want the name of the ship.
Well, how about the shipping registry, then?
Now, you heard William's brother say that there have been hundreds of ships that have come in and out of here. We
yeah,
can't pick
one of them must be the right one.
Well, how's that going to help us?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes guys get sentimental when they're naming their ships. I mean, maybe the name has something to do with Largo.
Well, you mean like his mother's name or something?
But we don't know what his mother's name is.
Well, it's worth a try, don't you think?
All right, hold on.
Look at that. It's staring us right in the face.
SS Infinity. That's got to be it.
I can't believe that man's ego.
What are you talking about?
He's not hiding from us at all. He's flaunting his location. He's daring us to come get him.
Okay, kid, the key to good journalism is fairness. Right. Well, how do you make a layout fair? Okay, say, for instance, I lay a story out above the fold. I lay a story out beneath the fold. Well, that makes the story above the fold look more important. Right. Say, though, I lay two stories out side by side.
Then they both look equal.
There you go. Except for this country club killing story, which has so many angles to it, I can't find a neutral point of view.
Oh,
Maureen, hi. Listen, what are you doing here, huh?
Do you have a minute?
No, not exactly. I don't. Can I wait?
Well, no, is this gonna take long?
Yeah, a long time. So maybe sunrise tomorrow, because I got to put this paper to bed. I took the job as editor.
Did? Oh, God, that's wonderful.
Yeah, well, it's different.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I mean. What I've seen of the local media, any change would be an improvement.
Well, let's hope so, because I'm not exactly keen on being the man that Springfield loves to hate.
Oh, I only wish it weren't too late.
Too late for what?
It's kind of private. Could we?
Yeah, sure. Okay, everybody, take 5. Come on.
Make it 10. You got yourself a deal.
Kid, buy this man a donut, all right? It's on me. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chief.
Jeez. Come on. All right, so, yeah, former tenant. So, what goes?
Well, I'm worried about the board. It seems that I've put my job on the line by allowing Ed to operate on Maeve Stoddard.
Yeah, I know that, but you did the right thing because he's the best surgeon around.
Yes, he is, but he's also the only suspended surgeon around. And even though the operation was a success, when Howard Coleman finds out that I allowed Ed to do that, he's going to have my hide.
Howard has been nothing but trouble for Ed. Looks like he's out for the two of you now. He's off the wrong track.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems that if the board doesn't reinstate Ed soon, then the whole Bauer family's just going to be out in the cold.
Hey, sit down. Okay, now, Maureen, let me get this straight. The board doesn't know about the surgery yet.
No, not yet. We've managed to keep it quiet, but not for long.
In this case, we go public.
Public? What are you, nuts?
Maureen.
No, that's suicide.
You're going to be found out sooner or later, and when that happens, you're going to need some people on your side to fight Howard.
But, Fletcher, what does the public care?
You would be surprised. A mixture of truth and heroism will go a long way to stir up the man in the street.
I guess it's better than no chance at all. But you really think you should publish something on this problem?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Maureen, this could be just what I've been looking for.
Oh, great. Your two best friends kicked out of Cedars Hospital. Thank you.
No, Maureen, look. I have been looking for an angle to tie up everything that's been happening in Springfield in the last few days and to make it into one big community-wide story.
Fletcher, you really think this is this big?
Oh, come on, Maureen, you bet it is. We got a clandestine operation that went on in Cedars Hospital involving the brand new publisher of this newspaper. We have the Spaulding connection, the Lewis family. Oh, boy, Maureen.
Oh, boy,
Maureen,
Fletcher, wait a minute.
I am going to start off my new regime with a special edition.
Fletcher, listen, I am all in favor of putting pressure on the board, but I don't want to twist the facts around. I don't want anything to do with...
Maureen, that is the beautiful part about this business. When you get the facts on your side, all you have to do is print the truth.
Remember, Ross, the last time you set foot in a courtroom, you lost your case.
How could I forget?
Brandon was sent to prison for life.
Perhaps that's why I feel it's so important to get back into court. I need to prove to myself I haven't lost my touch.
If that's your idea, you could hardly have chosen a poor case. I mean, half of Springfield saw Billy take aim at Kyle.
Alexandra, I realize that.
Well, you might even be called as a prosecution witness yourself. Now, wouldn't that be embarrassing?
I have no intention of arguing my case with you, Alexandra. I'm going to save my expertise for the jury, thank you.
You're still not listening. You're not going to argue that case at all.
I'm not?
Not if my granting you a leave of absence has anything to do with it.
And what if it doesn't?
You're going to have to make a choice, Ross. You can either continue as the president of Spaulding Enterprises, or you can end your career here and now by defending Billy Lewis. You can't do both.
Hello, Coast Guard. This is Kyle Sampson calling.
Go ahead, sir. Hey, Perkins, get me a cup of coffee, would you, light?
I'm the chairman of Sampson Industries.
Hold on, sir. Perkins, no sugar.
I also own Sampson Shipping Line.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
Look, officer, I'm interested in tracking down a ship that's registered under the name Infinity. I've got good reason to believe that there are 2 people aboard who've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped here in Springfield?
Yeah, that's the reason I'm calling it.
Infinity. We had trouble with her just the other day.
What kind of trouble? What happened?
Yeah, I thought so. We kept on receiving an SOS from her.
What'd you do about it?
Well, it proved to be a false alarm, sir.
Why? What happened?
Well, we boarded the vessel. We found a medical officer drunk to the gills. He was sending out a false alarm.
No, I'm sure that was a setup.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, if you'd like to file a complaint.
No, look, where is the ship now?
According to our records, she should be in port. She was scheduled to dock and take on supplies. But for no apparent reason, she weighed anchor and headed downstream.
Out to sea?
Yes, sir. We've been radioing inquiries, but so far she hasn't responded.
All right, look, can you give me the ship's exact position now?
Not precisely, sir. But according to our charts, she should be about 20 miles from the estuary.
What happens when she reaches the territorial limit?
Sir, we've lost her. We can't touch a ship on the high seas.
All right, look, how long would it take you to cut the ship off?
That's very hard to say, sir. I mean, I have to contact my commanding officer, and he's out to dinner.
All right, forget about it. Look, I will go after the ship myself. Now, contact your commanding officer. Tell him that I'll have my security force keep in contact with him throughout. I assume that I will have cooperation of the Coast Guard.
Yes, sir. We'll be standing by. Sir, I must ask that you don't try and be a hero.
Don't worry, I won't.
Okay, one last thing. Off the record?
What is it?
Good luck.
Thanks, I'll remember that.
Damn. What? Or that light mean something?
It means that my conversation was just bugged by either the police or Largo.
Hey, settle down now, huh? You're letting your feelings run away with you here.
It's just that Kyle and I were so close to happiness. We were ready to throw away our past and start fresh, with no ties.
What's stopping you?
You can't cut free from a baby. It's a lifetime responsibility.
Well, I don't see that's necessarily true.
Kyle's not like you, Pop. When he finds out he has a baby, he's going to be committed to that baby forever, and to its mother.
When he finds out?
And that commitment's going to be a barrier between Kyle and his love for me.
Now, whoa up just a second here. Are you saying that Kyle doesn't know about that baby?
He couldn't, otherwise he would have told me everything.
I don't know. You're giving a man an awful lot of credit.
He deserves it.
Well, if that's true, and he doesn't know, you may be throwing in the towel before the match is over.
What do you mean?
Maeve's in a coma, right? And she's the only one who can identify the father of her baby for certain.
I don't know what you're getting at.
It appears to me, if Maeve doesn't come to, Kyle never has to know about that baby at all, huh?
Okay, kid, I want these stories here to run above column 2 and 3, above the fold. Make sure you know that. I want them underneath the 4x4 photo, all right?
Hey, Fletcher.
Hi, Ed, how you doing? Something I can do for you?
Well, I wanted somebody... Well, thanks, Fletch. Hey, I need somebody to introduce me to the editor.
Well, you're talking to him.
You're a little young, aren't you?
No, not me, him.
Excuse me. I need to talk to the editor. I'm Dr. Bauer.
Oh, Dr. Bauer, the editor?
Yeah.
The editor is in there.
Fletcher? Fletcher?
Yeah, Ed, what?
Well, congratulations. You're the editor.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
thanks.
know that.
Yeah,
This is the perfect place for you.
Well, we'll see.
No, I mean that. I mean this newspaper needs a man like you for a long time.
Yeah, well, Ed, before I get too humble, what is it you wanted from the editor?
Listen, I need a favor. And I'm glad I'm talking to you about it.
Yeah, what kind of favor?
When they willed Maeve into Cedars, the staff was a little short-handed.
Yeah?
I operated on her.
Yeah, I see. Even though you're suspended?
Yeah. Fletcher, I am tired of lying. I'm tired of trying to cover everything up. And I don't want Mo to take the flak for something that I did. I think it's about time that all of this came out in the open.
Yeah, even though you saved somebody's life.
Fletcher, I was thinking that if the Journal was interested in telling my side of the story, maybe the public could decide if I did the right thing.
Instead of the board.
Well, exactly. I don't think the article has to be very big. Something very small, just mentioning exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm, something like this.
What is this?
Read it.
How did you know all of this?
Fletcher, here, I got the research that you...
I might have known.
Well, obviously great minds think alike. Obviously hers is greater.
I love it. With the Journal behind us, the board isn't going to know what hit it.
There. You know, I've counted for every dime of the ransom money.
Did you mark down where you spent it?
I never forget a purchase. I still wish Kurt were here, though, because he always checks over my bookkeeping.
Well, no matter. He must be doing something important.
I wish whatever it was, he could have waited so we could do it together.
HB will be here in the morning, and he'll help you look over those figures before he gives that money back to Kyle.
I will pay him back someday.
You know, Kyle might not take that money from you. You're his only niece.
Oh, no. I'm not accepting any favors from him. Because if it weren't for Kyle, none of this would have happened.
I know. It's so hard to imagine. I just... Oh, you sweetie.
Nessa, everything will work out just fine.
Oh.
We just have to have a little faith in ourselves and tough it out.
Yeah, I know.
The important thing is to be strong.
Yeah, but not for a whole lifetime.
you said, Vanessa. You said we are Lewis women, and there's nothing that we can't handle.
Sweetheart.
Right?
Right. Right. Bless you, darling. Come here. It's about time I started taking my own advice.
I still wish Kurt were here.
Yep, there he is.
You see someone?
Yeah, it's just like you said. It's one of those undercover cops that was with Saunders.
That's a relief.
What, you like being followed and spied on?
Well, better we know the bug was set by the cops than by that Infinity group. Well, let's not take any chances. Keep an eye on him, Jack.
Yeah, sure.
What, you got something in mind? Yeah, I'm gonna get in contact with Vic. I wanna have him get my helicopter and my yacht ready. Wait a minute. How are you gonna do that with Saunders listening the whole time?
What is this, some kind of a scramble or something?
Yeah. Vic has got the make. With this on, he's the only one who's gonna understand what I'm saying to him.
All right.
What's the meaning of this, Andrew?
This is a private office.
Well, you can't expect me to send William and his brother up here with that charm and, well, not be just a little bit curious, can you?
Well, is your curiosity all satisfied now?
Oh, yes, very much so.
How much do you know?
Enough. You've got problems.
What do you plan on doing with that information?
He means who you working for.
I know what he means. So surely, gentlemen, you can't expect, you don't think I would sell out my friends. No. As a matter of fact, I may be able to help you.
What do you mean by that?
Probably won't be getting us killed or arrested.
No, on the contrary, I can help you escape.
Escape? From who?
Obviously, the three of you need some kind of cover to elude Lieutenant Saunders and his men.
Get to your point, Andrews.
I think I've got just the plan you're looking for.
Hey, this Lewis stuff is pretty good. I mean, considering it's the truth.
Glad you like it.
I gotta hand it to you, Reed. I thought this special edition was a wacko idea. But it really makes you feel like something important's going on.
That's the whole point, Pat. Okay, listen, you got that diagram of the operation?
Yeah, it's getting there. I figured once I understand it, the general public will too.
Yeah, well, do you think I have it done in time?
Don't worry about us. We're signed on for the evening.
Well, my world, and welcome to it.
Yeah, it's a nice world to visit. I don't want to live here.
Listen, we are going to have to sweat this thing right through the morning press run, but believe me, it's going to be worth it, I promise, all right?
Typesetting just locked in the front page. They're ready for more.
Great, kid. Pat, you got that Lewis sidebar?
Take it, I'm working on
All
press.
right. Wait a minute. What do I see here? $10 million spent on a jukebox, Beagle?
It's the truth. The cop said so.
Don't fool. We got some great stuff here.
Yeah, I told you.
All right, kid, listen, I want you to hustle this right down to typesetting, all right? Make sure they know that Bauer diagram of the operation's on its way, too, all right? Get going. Hey, tell them I want the presses rolling by dawn.
Right, Fletcher, do you think they'll make it?
They will if we do, okay? And I promise you, the first 2 copies off those presses, I'm delivering personally to Howard Coleman and India Spaulding's front doorsteps.
Great.
All right.
Come here, Are you giving me an ultimatum?
I dearly hope it won't come to that. You're much too shrewd to give up one of the most powerful positions in Springfield on a mere whim.
You call following my conscience a whim?
It is, if it's ill-considered.
Alexandra, what good is all that power if I can't do what I want with it?
You love being at the top of the ladder, Ross. You were born and bred for it. And let's face it, there's nowhere to go but down.
Don't forget, I only accepted the position at Spaulding to protect Philip's interests, and that's no longer necessary.
True. Philip has the foundation. But the interests you have to protect at the moment are even more important.
Yours?
I was thinking of yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Alexandra.
Just help me make up my mind.
I'm so glad.
First thing in the morning, you'll have my resignation on your desk.
What?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date in court.
This has been Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Jewelry by Stephen Dweck. Be sure to be with us tomorrow for another full hour of Guiding Light.